Look, man, if you want to know how to have endless conversations with women and just be able to be fluent enough to have conversations with a woman or just anyone in general to where you feel like you don't have nothing else to talk about, there's always something to talk about. You always know how to create a conversation to where it's never dry. You'll never have a dry conversation when it comes to women. And the main two things is that I feel like men don't realize is reading and writing. I know it sounds funny, but if you really take the time to read a little bit and write a little bit, it don't have to be like writing a whole ass essay or paragraph. No, you can just literally write down whatever comes to your head or whatever you want to accomplish. But us as men, or just us as people, don't realize the importance that reading and writing does to you when conversating with certain people. You will really know how to just have endless conversations with a person, especially women, when you get better at reading and writing, because the reason is you'll learn how to process what you're gonna say before you say it. You'll be better at thinking, you'll be quicker at thinking. So when you're having conversations with a woman and she's telling you about whatever she's talking to you about, you'll know how to be in tune with what she's saying, but still thinking about what you're saying. And like, the best thing I would say, obviously you still want to go through trial and error. So the best thing you can do at getting good at anything is trying and practicing. So you still want to put yourself out there and talk to multiple women that you find attractive, or even women that you don't find attractive. Just getting used to talking to women, having normal conversations. And that's the best thing you can do. You never want to talk to a woman when you first meet her coming off as you're interested in her. You never want to show a woman that you're interested too much, because that gives her the indication of, okay, this person is trying to talk to me. Now I have to feel like I have to make a decision by saying yes or no, whether she accepts your conversation or whether she rejects it. But if you come off indirect and not really initiating that you're trying to talk to her in a flirtatious type of way, you're just having normal conversation, that's gonna get a woman more curious. Like, okay, boom, like he's not really coming at me. I feel like he's not really coming at me like he's trying to talk to me for real. He's just trying to have a normal conversation as if he was trying to talk to anybody. That's how you want a woman to feel when you come across her in conversations. You never want it to feel like, okay, I think this is getting a little too much. Like, we're having conversations to where I feel like he's trying to take this somewhere. Never let a woman feel like you're trying to take your conversation to make it further. No, you're just trying to have a normal conversation. But like I said, when you start reading and writing, you'll have a lot more to talk about. It's so crazy that people don't realize this. Like, if you just spend the time to read a little bit, and you got to remember, reading's hard. It's not easy. Like, if you don't have a long attention span, it's gonna feel hard to read. But that's what's gonna separate you from all the other niggas. That's gonna separate you from everybody else, is that you put in the time to learn how to read more, get better at reading. Because when you learn how to read and you're good at reading, you know how to retain what you're reading. So once you learn how to retain it, then you write whatever you're writing down. You know how to express what you're talking. You know how to express what you're reading about. And that goes for the same thing as a conversation with anybody, a CEO at a company or a woman that you admire for real. It's so critical that how much reading and writing plays into just helping you learn how to have better conversations with women, because you're gonna have so much things to talk about to where you don't even need to express how much knowledge that you know, or you know what I'm saying, you don't really got to talk about yourself so much. You already know what type of conversations you're capable of having, so you're really going to just be in tune with whatever she wants to talk about. You know what I'm saying? That's having a good attention span, because you got to remember, with this day and age, there's not too many people with long attention spans. Everything is so quick. Everybody gets distracted so easily because all the social media you have, TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, you have all these social medias to where it's causing people's attention span not to be so focused all the time. But when you learn how to read, I guarantee you, if you start reading more, your attention span is going to get more clear and more better and stuff like that. So when you talk to a woman, you're not going to be so dull to where when she's talking to you, you're not engaged. Your eyes don't seem like you're engaged. Your body language is not showing that you're engaged with the conversation because you're so focused on, what do I have to say? What's the next thing I gotta say? How do I keep this conversation going? I don't want the conversation to be dull. You're thinking about all these things because you're not confident enough to know that, no, I have an endless conversation. I could talk about anything. We could talk about, it doesn't matter because I know how to hold up a conversation on any topic. And that's how you want to be like. And like I said, it's not going to be easy, bro. Like, you have to go through the trials and tribulations before you can succeed. Don't feel like when you get rejected, it's a bad thing. No, you want to go through these things, bro, because you want to take them as learning lessons for when the time comes and you put all those hours in of failing, getting rejected, not getting the responses that you want. It's like, oh, now I actually know what to do because I'm not going to do that no more. I'm not going to do that no more. I'm not going to over pursue. I'm not going to over text. Like, you don't want to do all these things, and you're going to learn that by actually going through the adversity of talking to women, because it's not going to be easy. Nobody's born just knowing how to talk to women. You got to go through the bullshit that comes with talking to women, the insecurities, the feeling timidness or stuff like that. But when you learn how to get more comfortable and not so worried about what are we going to talk about, because you kind of already know what you can talk about, because you're not coming off so direct. Oh, I think you're pretty. I would really like to get to know you. No, you don't want to do all that. You just want to come off indirect. Maybe you find something interesting that whatever she's doing or whatever she's wearing. Like, that's what I'm saying. You have to expand your knowledge and worldly things of knowing things, because you can relate to whatever she likes or whatever she's into. You can relate to this because you've experienced multiple things, multiple women. You've been to certain places to where you have more experience to where you can talk about something and not feel like, I don't have nothing else to talk about. Now it's blank. So when you, like I said, it all matters. It all depends on if you're getting out in that field and talking to women in person. Don't feel like you always need to talk to somebody over the phone, through social media. The best way you're going to get better talking to women is in person. Whether it's you taking a girl on a date, it don't gotta be nothing fancy. You can literally take a woman to the park, take a woman to the beach, take a woman on a nice little stroll and talk to her and have normal conversations and figure out what is she like, what interests her, what is her path like, what is her vision like. You know what I'm saying? You gotta get in tune with what makes a woman happy, because now you have the answers. Like, she's going to give you all the answers that you need to pursue this woman or to talk about whatever you need to talk about, because you're looking at her body language, you're observing what conversations that y'all having, and whatever she indulges in talking about more, that's the topic that you need to talk about more. Whatever brings her a smile, you know what I'm saying? You can read a woman's body language within the conversation, and you bring up something and now she's sparked up and now she's happy to talk about it. Okay, boom, we're going to talk about this a little bit more. So it's just knowing how to read a woman, nonverbal communications, and then that's going to be the best indicator of what to talk about verbally. You have to watch the nonverbal communication signs, especially when it comes to women, because we all know that women are not direct at all. They give indirect signs, and most of those indirect signs are gonna be non-verbal body language. Like, you know what I'm saying, her facial expressions, her eyes, her movements within the body. This is gonna indicate if the conversation is going good, if she likes you, if she's interested in talking about whatever y'all talking about, this is gonna let you know. This is gonna let you know, bro. So, like I said, the best thing you can do to just up your conversation skills is read more. It doesn't matter what you're reading, as long as you're reading. Writing doesn't matter what you're writing, as long as you're writing something. And going through the actual process of talking to women in person. This is going to help you so much. And don't be afraid to go through the struggles, because you're going to go through struggles in the beginning, but you get better. That's how you get better at anything. You fail, and then you start getting better. And then it becomes easy, and then you'll be a master at it. And then you'll be like, damn, I remember when I couldn't even talk to a woman. Now you're perfect at talking to women. You can talk to any woman about anything, and it won't come off as sexual or too direct. No, the women are just going to think, oh, he must just be a genuine person that loves people and he knows how to talk. Like, the women that I deal with, they know, they see how I interact with other people while they're around me. So I always get like, damn, you have a good way with people. Like, you could talk to anybody. Like, I could talk to anybody, bro, about anything, and know how to have good energy while I'm talking. I know how to, you know what I'm saying, give a person my true undivided attention. I'll let a person feel that they're important while I'm talking to them, just by how my body language is, how I'm in tune with the conversation, and how I know how to keep the conversation going. And it all becomes with practice, bro. But the best thing that helped me above everybody else is that I took the time to learn how to have other skills that would help me with communications. Like I said, with reading and writing, and just talking to women more and more and more and more. And not to get at them, not to talk to them, like to be in a relationship with them or be in a situation with them. Just talking to them and just seeing how they are as a person. And I promise you, this is going to take you a long way, because not too many niggas know what to talk about with women. They're so afraid of not saying the wrong thing or coming off as too corny. They trying to be too cool. You don't need to be too cool with a woman. Like, she can tell you trying too hard by like not talking. Like, you don't want to be a nigga that's just not talking. But what you don't want to do is be the nigga that's overly communicating. Like, you don't need to be overly texting a woman. You barely need to be texting a woman at all. Like, any of the girls I talk to, I promise you, I barely text them, and they're perfectly fine with that. Like, you don't need to text them. The only time you do need to text them is maybe you check up on them a little bit, but you're initiating a time for you to hang out with that person. That's really the only time you need to be texting somebody, is to, hey, when are you free this week? When are you free this weekend? Okay, let's meet up. Let's hang out. Let's, come over, or I'll come over there. Then you talk. You know what I'm saying? That's when y'all get y'all communication in, is in person, because that's the best way to let a woman know that you're in tune with her. She'll see that she's important to the conversation, because she'll see how you are. You'll see how she is. So don't feel the need to always communicate over the phone, bro. Like, women don't like that shit. Eventually, it's gonna, like, get boring. So if you the type of nigga that's always trying to FaceTime a woman, fall asleep on the phone with a woman, I would stop that right now. Because, yeah, it might be going good now, but a couple months in, it's like, okay, why are we doing this? We might as well just be sleeping together. Like, let me go to your house, or let me, like, come over and we can just sleep together. I'm not finna fall asleep on the phone with you. I'm not finna keep texting you good morning, good night. I don't gotta do that, because your actions is gonna let the woman know you care about her. Women try to fool men by telling men like, oh, you have to communicate with me that you like me. You have to let me know words of affirmations. Yeah, that's cool. And you want to let your woman know that you are still attracted to her, but your actions is the best way to show a woman you fuck with her. Giving a woman your time. That's the best thing to do, is give a woman your time and attention. But when you think that you got to be on the phone with a woman for all this long, like, nigga, I'm not doing all that. Like, because you shouldn't even need to, because you're busy. That's the reason why you need to, like, not be so communicative with women, because you got to let a woman know bitch, I'm busy. I can't keep talking to you all day throughout the day. Now, if we have some time to where we can spend some quality time together, that's different. But I don't gotta be doing all that extra stuff, because I guarantee you probably have niggas that you can talk to that enjoy talking to you all day. I'll let them have it. But when it comes to me, if we not meeting up or setting up some type of date or rearranging some type of time of us talking and getting up together, then there's no point. So yeah, man, like I said, if you really want to just get better with women, those are the two things I would do: read more, write more, and the last one is just be more consistent with talking to multiple women. So yep, that's really gonna help you, bro. And if you really like this video, like, comment, subscribe, do all that good stuff, bro.